Maybe you do not know. I am Maria. Wish you a good day. Mystery of the plane crash suddenly disappeared. In the history of aviation in the world, there are many strange plane missions that so far have not found a satisfactory explanation. And the outcome of the disappearances almost became a pain in the aviation industry. The worst and most mysterious aviation incident in French history. Referring to the missing aircraft cases in aviation history. One cannot ignore the accident of Air France 330-200 with the number 447 of the French airline Air France flying from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, to Paris, France. Flight 447 of Air France is an international passenger transport by Airbus A330 aircraft. Originating at Rio de Janeiro Galeão International Airport in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil to Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris, France and was missing in the Atlantic on June 1. On the plane there were 216 passengers and 12 crew members. It is expected that the Airbus A330-200 will land at Charles de Gaulle at 11:15 a.m. June 1. However, shortly after taking off from Rio de Janeiro Airport in Brazil, the aircraft lost contact with the air center and then disappeared from the radar screen as it crossed the Atlantic Ocean. Especially, before the loss of the signal of aviation support at Rio Airport has received the message ACARS. Immediately people organized a large-scale search with suspicion of the plane crashed into the sea. Brazil has lobbied air power planes for search. France has sent a search vessel, Pourquoi, which is equipped with 2 submarines capable of diving to a depth of 6,000 meters, to conduct searches at the bottom of the sea, at the crash site, which can be as deep as 4,700 meters. At the end of June 6, 2009, the body of Air France was discovered. Search force Brazil caught 2 bodies and a suitcase containing 447 in the Atlantic Ocean, near where the Airbus A330 was believed to be in distress. On June 7, 2009, the Brazilian Air Force found 3 more bodies in the flight. On April 3, 2011, large debris from Air France's 447 flight was found, after disappearing earlier in the Atlantic Ocean in 2009. Based on a series of messages sent by Air France's of 447 before mysterious disappearance, investigators say the cause of the accident was a failure of the control system. So far, the bodies of 74 passengers have yet to be found. The crash of Flight 447 is considered to be the worst and most mysterious air accident in French history. The plane disappeared a year later to find it. On June 12, 2012, Russian authorities announced a small plane carrying 13 people were missing in the central region of this country. The plane in this mysterious disappearance is the Antonov An2 used to monitor forest fires. However, on June 12, the plane illegally transported passengers from Sarov Airport. Something special, just after taking off for a while the plane was no longer any signal. After the missing many searches were made but no positive information was revealed. 1 year later, in May 2013, the bodies of Antonov An2 and more than 10 bodies were found in a marshy area of the Russian Ural Mountains 8 kilometers from Sarov. It is said that it is possible to move through the marshy area where few people crossed the plane that had been lost and overlooked. The marshes area is a very few passers-by areas, so a new aircraft was found in the last year. Missing plane 33 dead. On November 29, 2013, according to Mozambique media, the flight number TM470 of LAM Mozambique Airlines carrying 33 people was missing while arriving in Angola. The TM470 flight departs from Maputo at 11:26 a.m. on the 29th of November, local time, and is scheduled to land at Angola's Luanda capital at 14:10. However, the plane was not present in the Luanda capital at the time expected. Many forces were mobilized to search for the aircraft. A day later, the Namibian police said they were told that a plane crash had occurred. After arriving at the scene, it was determined that it was a TM-470 and no survivors. 18 people died as the plane crashed. In February 2014, a mysterious plane malfunction occurred with Nepalese airline. On February 16, Nepalese officials said a small Nepalese airliner carrying 18 people was missing due to bad weather. The twin Otter manufactured by Canada is carrying 15 passengers and 3 crew members on a flight from the Pokhara tourist town, 125 kilometers west of Kathmandu, to Jumala in western Nepal. Ramhari Sharma, a spokesman for Nepal Airlines, said the plane had lost contact with the air traffic control tower shortly after takeoff at 12:40 local time, 6:55 GMT. Relatives of passengers on the flight are very confused because cannot find any signal of the aircraft. One day later, when the weather was more positive, it was found that the plane crashed in the mountains of the nearby Arghakhanchai district and 18 people were killed. The reason is due to the poor quality of the aircraft not qualified to go in bad weather in Nepal. Morse code mysterious. When the Bza Stardust, the civil aircraft version of the Lancaster bomber, disappeared on its itinerary from Buenos Aires, Argentina to Santiago, Chile, it left behind a series of unanswered questions. The Bza Stardust is owned by British South American Airways, BSAA. And driven by Reginald Cook, the retired pilot took off from Buenos Aires on August 2, 1947, heading for the Andes Mountains. Before disappearing, the radio on the plane sent a message in Morse code saying "Stenk." This very mysterious final message has suggested many theories of the incident over the years, including the theory that the aircraft was attacked by an unidentified flying object, UFO, or a deliberate sabotage aimed at destroying the entire confidentiality of a passenger's secret diplomatic documents. This theory is more widely spoken than conventional speculation that the plane crashed into a cliff and was buried in avalanches. 50 years later, the debris of Stardust was picked up by 2 Argentine climbers with the same pieces of clothing from passengers. Flight 19 and Bermuda's legendary Triangle Demon. On the evening of December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy aircraft left the base of Lauderdale, Florida, on a training mission under the direction of veteran instructor Charles Taylor. After 1:30 minutes, the pilots announced they were completely disoriented, broken compasses. All 5 fell into the sea, killing 14 people. Another plane was dispatched to search for crashed planes, also disappeared. All 13 people on this plane are said to have died. The strange thing is then repeatedly happened the mysterious evaporative aircraft in the Demon Triangle, Bermuda. On January 30, 1948, the British Tigers Bza Star Tiger aircraft carrying 25 passengers disappeared while flying through the Bermuda Triangle. On January 17, 1949, another Bza aircraft, carrying 20 passengers, mysteriously disappeared amid favorable weather when flying from Bermuda to Jamaica. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe to follow other videos. Goodbye and see you again.